Oh, how good does it feel to be back? Oh, it feels great. It feels very good today. I hope everyone is alright for the live F1 Watchalong the Bahrain Grand Prix. It's going to be a very fun race. Some shockers in qualifying, some movement at the back. Interesting to see what happens in this race. But as always for these F1 Watchalongs, as I will turn that music down for you. And we'll turn it up for myself, and we'll turn up that. I hope everyone is all good. I'm looking forward to this one. There we go. Hi. Hello. Hope everyone is a different layout than usual. Taking more of the football loadout and just T-turn it to the F1. But I do hope everyone is good. Obviously, you can see the qualifying positions there. We'll go through them in a second. I was reading a couple of the comments that came in. Shadow Hunter said he's first. Hello, welcome Shadow Hunter. Chris says, hi Rowan, hope you're well. Chris also said, don't rule out Barcy, loves winning. And Chris Kiacha is back. Hey, we live. Nice to be back. It's great to be back. It's very good to be back right now. Oh, this is going to be fun. This is going to be very, very fun. But welcome back to the F1 Watchalong. It's been a while, hasn't it? It has been a while, but I hope everyone is good. We'll have a look through the qualifying positions. You can see it there. Verstappen in first, Hamilton in second, Bottas in third, Leclerc is in fourth, Gasly in fifth, Ricciardo in sixth, Norris in seventh, Sainz in eighth, Alonso in ninth, Lance Stroll rounding up that top 10, and then the other, it's Sergio Perez, the new Red Bull driver, in 11th, Antonio Giovinazzi in 12th, Yuki Tsunoda 13th, the rookie, I think he's the highest placed rookie on this list, then Kimi Raikkonen, then George Russell Williams, Mr. Saturday, gets out Q1. Again, obviously, it could be different. It could be spelling a bit more better season for Williams. Ocon in 16th, poor qualifying considering where Alonso was. Then Nicholas Latifi, then Mick Schumacher, the second rookie, and then Nikita Mazepin, and then Sebastian Vettel. So we've got some good. It's a nice little placement for Vettel getting a time penalty starting at the back. Same with the Nikita Mazepin. That's why he's a bit further. That's why he's in 19th. But Vettel at the back ignoring yellow flags as these cars will go do their warm-up lap. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here. But oh my God, I am looking forward to this. Now I've got something a bit special for everyone today. I'm saying nothing but Ferrari is still there for Vettel. The juju is still there. The juju is still there. But I have done predictions. I have done predictions for this year. And because it's the first race of the season, the drivers do their warm-up lap. We'll have a look at the predictions I've gone for this season. So you can see there. Some of my predictions. For the world champ, I've gone none other than Lewis Hamilton. It's really hard to ignore him. He is probably the best. For me, he's the best racing driver. Maybe on par with Michael Schumacher. I think this year he's got that 1-year contract. I think this is his year. Win the season, bow out. I think he'll still be in the Mercedes for. I think he might be a representative, and I think he'll help the team a lot. But I think he's got enough of stuff outside of motorsport now, and he's done it in motorsport that I think he could leave. I really think he could leave. Constructors, I've gone for Merc as well. As much as I think Red Bull will bring the fight for them more this season, I think it's all about Mercedes here. I really do. Surprisingly, I'm going to go for Antonio Giovinazzi. Now I know me, Chris, likes to joke about how don't shoot down Antonio's qualifying. Don't shoot down Antonio thing because his qualifying is great. If we just look, he's in 12th. This is a great position to slot himself in that top 10. We know he loves a good start. So I've got for Antonio Giovinazzi. I don't think he'll get top 10, but I really think, considering from where he was last season, I think Giovinazzi could get definitely that 11th, 12th spot. Depending where things fall, obviously. Rookie of the Year, I've gone for Yuki Tsunoda. I think Mick Schumacher is another shout, but I just don't think the Haas has got the power. I've got to go with UK just because of where the car he's got. Race of the Year. Now, this was a tough one because you look at the track and we've got some tracks back. We've got Canada, we've got Monaco, we've got Australia. And I've gone for Australia just because it's so late on. Most of the drivers are so used to the first race of the season in the lovely baking Australian sun. Instead, I've gone for Australia. I think it might just be a bit sneaky later on. Could peek in there. And the shock moment, I don't know when it's going to happen, but I think this season we're going to see an AlphaTauri and an Aston Martin podium. So I think it'll be Yuki and Pierre, and then either Stroll or I feel like, I don't know what race it's going to be. I think it's going to be a weather race, of course, but I think we're definitely going to see that podium. That'll be my shock one. And if that comes true, oh my God, I'm a genius. I'm an absolute genius. But but the drivers are just going to be lining up back on the track. Let us know. I think everything is all good, though, for the stream. We'll read a couple of comments, so I'm going to have a quick drink. Happy 20 years for Kimi. Mental. Do you think it's his last season? I think it's Kimi's last. Oh! Sergio Perez has pulled over on the warm-up lap. And is the Red Bull second seat cursed? Is the Red Bull second seat cursed as Sergio Perez has pulled over? His steering wheel's turned off here. And the Red Bull curse may still be there, this time for Sergio Perez. Obviously, so we're going to have to wait for Sergio Perez to move. This is obviously Sebastian Vettel. Thing is, I'm going to get so confused with the Aston Martin and the Merc just because they're both very dark greenish colours. I agree with World Champ Constructors rookie in shock moment. Really? I'm about to say some of them. Who do you... And you have a UK. Are you surprised that he's going to be Alpha? Right, they're going to do an extra formation lap as they take... Sergio Perez has got his car back now. Sergio has got his car back. I'll answer your question in a second. In a good way, because UK looks quick. UK looks very quick. He's a feisty rookie, innit? It's on that team. He's going to be one of the most entertaining drivers, I think, this season. The start has been aborted. Extra formation lap. It's going to be great. Max and Lewis, turn one right off the bat. And Perez has got power back in his car. I think Perez might... So he might start from the pit lane. Yeah, Sergio's going to come in to the pit lane. He will start from the pit lane. Sergio Perez, big in thingy. Because do you know what that puts? That puts my surprise of the year, Antonio Giovinazzi, in 11th. Ron, do you think there will be any safety cars? I think there's going to be one. It's the first season. I don't know whether it'll be an accident or it might just be a car pull over. Very strange there from Sergio Perez, but we'll be starting in the pit lane now. The Mexican driver recently moved to Red Bull. Obviously, if we've got so many new drivers on the track, new different teams. I mean, if you look, Daniel Ricciardo is at McLaren. Carlos Sainz is at Ferrari. Fernando Alonso has made his return at Alpine Racing. Sergio Perez at Red Bull. Yuki Tsunoda, rookie at AlphaTauri. Esteban Ocon technically Alpine, new rebranding. Mick Schumacher and Nikita Mazepin, both at Haas, both starting. This is their first race of their ever F1 career. Same with Yuki Tsunoda. So let's do the Sergio Perez just saying they're just going to look into it. This was before he pulled down. And then Sebastian Vettel at Aston Martin, obviously formerly known as Racing Point. But Bottas needs performance, Chris said, and I 100% agree with you. I think this has got to be his year. He has got, I think for Bottas, even if he loses the World Championship, he needs to be close. I'd love it to go down to the final 2 races race even. He's really got to close that gap down. Because Hamilton ran away with it. Hamilton did. And if Bottas really wants to be viewed as a viable contender for the World Championship, he's got to. This could be his race. We say this every year, though. We say Bottas has had his porridge. This is his year. If he wins that first race, he just can't keep it going, which is such a shame from Valtteri. Because he's an exceptional driver. I don't think we can deny that. He's consistent. But I just think, yeah, like Chris said, just needs to challenge Hamilton. Even if he's in a proper fight with Max Verstappen. But one thing I have missed is seeing Toto Wolff just staring at that thing. But we see Sergio Perez there in that pit lane. So obviously he sets off once Vettel passes him. Obviously Vettel, who is 19th. But Lewis Hamilton is ready. All the drivers are nearly ready. A bit of a delayed start here, but we should be all ready to go very soon. I mean, you've got to look out for this first corner. It's one of the best things about the F1 race is that opening start. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. I'm just going to open this pack of Chris and I don't want to blister ears. There we go. It's going to be 56 laps now. But the flags are underway. 3, 4, 5, and away we go. Here we go, and it's a start. There's a McLaren's had a great start there, but it's Verstappen's leading into turn 1. Hamilton's on the inside. Tried to go on the outside. A lot of sparks from Verstappen. Actually, all a relatively easy start. There's Bottas. It's the Ferrari on the outside of Valtteri Bottas. And Charles Leclerc comes in, sits in fourth. Not many changes here. But both McLarens sitting next to each other. There's someone spin off and it's a Haas. It could be Nikita Mazepin. Mazepin spun twice this weekend. We're going to have a safety car. And that's the Ferrari has overtook a Mercedes. I think that's Valtteri Bottas he's overtook. Leclerc's overtook thing. There's going to be a McLaren overtake on the inside there. I don't think he'll allow that. And it's going to be a Mazepin. It is Nikita Mazepin. And wow, spins in qualifying. Spins in practice. He spins in the race opening lap. It'll be interesting if this was any connection. And there is a safety car. The McLarens will pull away from each other. That McLaren, who is that one? That is, I think, is that Lando Norris we're seeing there, but doesn't look like huge damage, but my God, Haas is cursed. I feel like it is. There's part of me that's one of them seats is cursed. Mick Schumacher now though has got to do it all by himself if he wanted. That might be the quickest start we've ever, quickest stop and start and stop again. We're just going to have a look at shows here, but as it stands, no major changes. Leclerc gets ahead of Bottas. And I think that's it if I'm right. Norris gets ahead of Ricciardo. But apart from that, I'm just trying to see. Raikkonen gets ahead of Giovinazzi. Vettel gets an incredible start. Goes up 5 places. And Max Verstappen saying he feels something weird on his throttle. Not obviously what the Red Bull are going to be wanting. This could be a long year. Give Pietro some races, please. It brings in money, Chris. It brings in money. I'd love to see Fittipaldi there. I really would. It'd be nice to have the Fittipaldi name on the track. But Mazepin brings in money. If you're an F1 fan, you know everything regarding Nikita Mazepin. And you've got to remain unbiased. But he brings money. I think the shame is, let's say you weren't bringing it up, you weren't using Fittipaldi, and you wanted 2 rookies from F2. Callum Millot was sat there. He was sat there ready and waiting. He's not racing F2 anymore. He's not racing F1. Nikita Mazepin is racing F1, and he's spun out there. Not shot by Clay. He will drag Ferrari again. Sainz not having a good start. Didn't realise dropped down 2 there. We're just looking at the start there. And Alpine is, I think that's Yuki Tsunoda who has a poor start. And it's Alonso and Ocon who both get an amazing, there's so many blue cars. I think that is Ocon. Or it could be a Williams. Yeah, I think that was Ocon who had a good start to get past Yuki Tsunoda. But it's some good. And then nothing much going on in the mid-pack. I'm just trying to look at Nikita Mazepin. He will be at the back there. They're not going to show the Mazepin spin yet. Oh, here we go. He tries to go on the inside. He avoids the teeth. Schumacher got... And Mazepin just puts the throttle down too much. How many pit stops? 2 probably. 2. 1. No, 1 probably. 1. I think Leclerc's got a good... Well, yeah, Vettel last year, but I think Carlos Sainz will just push him a bit more, but Mazepin just goes on the throttle on the curb. Just loses it. At least when it was Grosjean, he'd more or less get involved in an accident. And Mazepin will just head back. We'll just head back to the paddock. It is embarrassing. I know he's a rookie. I'm just going to look at Vettel here. Something happens with Vettel. I don't know whether... Oh, it was AlphaTauri, which I'm guessing is Yuki Tsunoda, just because Gasly's so far up. And I think Lance Stroll as well has also got issues. But safety car is out as they remove Verstappen's on the radio. They're monitoring the issue, so it's interesting to see what does happen with that. Obviously, leading the race, it sounds... I've realised I've actually got a lot more room here. As there is a pit stop, it is going to be Sergio Perez. Just going to go some fresher, medium tyres. Put my phone on mute. So, like I said, there was an F1 notification earlier. earlier on that safety car is ending. The safety car is ending. Perez will have to pay anyway, but it doesn't matter. Interested to see what happens here now on the restart. Also, Verstappen possibly has an issue with this throttle. Will he be able to hold on? Or how does it now clear racing to resume at the end of this lap? Yeah, good stuff for Vettel, good to see. I think the move to Aston Martin, he's going to get his confidence back. He 100% is. By the way, I know that my breakfast is normally called into question. This is technically my breakfast. It's my first meal of the day. But I just didn't want to get a full meal. But the safety car will come in. Yeah. Let's just go around this corner here. I mean, Verstappen's issue is huge in sort of the terms of this race. Because if he can't get that throttle fully down, that worry is going to be in the back of the head. I mean, as it stands, when this lap restarts, it's Verstappen, Hamilton, Leclerc, Bottas, Gasly, Norris, Ricciardo, Alonso, Stroll, Sainz, Raikkonen, Giovinazzi, Ocon, Vettel, Tsunoda, Russell, Latifi, Schumacher, and then Perez with Nikita Mazepin being already going out this race. I mean, I think it was Daz who asked how many safety cars do you think we'll see? I think we'll see a safety car. We got it already with Mazepin. But the safety car, it's a green flag, and we are leading here, but Hamilton is right behind him there. Wait until we cross this line. Hamilton's... Oh! Hamilton, don't want to give Hamilton any of the slipstream, but the way they go. And Hamilton, Verstappen now leading on this turn one here. A lot of sparks here. So many sparks, but it's Verstappen leading. Hamilton, Leclerc. Bottas is coming on the inside. It's Charles Leclerc. He'll leave him there, but Lando Norris is up against Pierre Gasly there. A battle of two standouts of last year. Norris is right behind Pierre Gasly, but Hamilton is right behind Verstappen. Then it's Leclerc, Bottas, Lando Norris on the outside of Pierre Gasly. Lando Norris trying to get behind Valtteri Bottas there. There's a lot of smoke there. Ricciardo's got past Gasly. There's a car that's spinning off. It's got issues. It's Schumacher. It's the other Haas. It's Pierre Gasly as well. There's another yellow flag in Sector 1 now. Gasly has lost the places there. He's sitting 11th though. Lando Norris is challenging against Valtteri Bottas. And there's a lot of cars here in and around. Tsunoda has dropped all the way down. Someone is sparking a lot. That's an Aston Martin, and that's Sebastian Vettel. But as it stands, Max Verstappen is leading. Gasly is dropping all the way down here. He's dropped all the way down. Mick Schumacher, though, really far behind as well. And when Mazepin went off, I had Grosjean flashback. And there's a virtual safety car now. There's going to be a virtual safety car. I think, is that Mick Schumacher who is out? No, it's Mick Schumacher who's just all the way back. There's so many debris on the track. Rowan, hope Hamilton wins this race and England win the match today. I forgot, I didn't even know England were playing today, Daz, mate. I didn't even know. But my God, what a start already. We've had a normal safety car. Oh, that's... I'm looking at Sergio Perez here. Ooh. It looks like Pierre Gasly's gone into the back. I think that's Daniel Ricciardo who's leaving. I'm going to see Mick Schumacher here. He's got... Oh, wow, another rookie error this time. Him spinning. Him spinning again. Maybe it's not a rookie issue. Maybe it's a car issue, but... Gasly comes in. VSC is ending. It replaces front wing here. So a bit of a slow pit stop. If you're new to F1, the front wing is always going to be a longer pit stop. But Charles Leclerc in third. Race control. DRS has been enabled. Which means Bottas can get on the back of Leclerc. Hamilton can get back of Verstappen. But Vettel, great start. But well done to the Alphas. Raikkonen and Giovinazzi. I mean, Giovinazzi's in the points now and Raikkonen's in 11th. You know, if one of these top 10 drop out, I think Alfa Romeo can get double points here. It's very true. Maybe Honda is having power unit issues. But it seemed like a throttle issue for Verstappen. That's where, Perez's power went. I mean, obviously, we know Gasly and stuff wasn't that. That's a shout, Kevin. That is a shout. I completely forgot about how Perez had it, but Sergio Perez back up into 15th. We know he loves a recovery drive, Sergio Perez, and he's got the car this year. If he did it in a racing point, as race control, turn 3 involving Nikita Mazepin has been noted. Valtteri Bottas on Charles Leclerc. We'll get Charles Leclerc with DRS. Leclerc is looking at the inside. He's looking at the outside. Charles Leclerc right on the back of Valtteri Bottas. Oh, Charles Leclerc. Bottas will cover the inside. Leclerc tries to go on the outside there. Leclerc's not giving up though. Charles Leclerc sticking with him. And I'll have to pull away, but he will have DRS. But as I think Hamilton and Verstappen have just blown away with the leaders, Vettel overtakes George Russell, the man who was in that Williams last year. He was also in the Merc last year. Obviously, with Hamilton leaving, is that seat primed and ready for George Russell? He would very much hope so. As we see Sergio Perez, his overtake on, I think that was Yuki Tsunoda, or it could have been on the Williams, actually. It was on that Williams. It's just on, we all glad everyone is back. Of course we are, Chris. Of course we're glad. But it's been a great entertaining start already. A safety car, a virtual safety car. One horse out, another horse spinning. You know, I'm about to say, Chris just said Alonso hasn't lost it, but he's sitting in 7th. I know obviously he was racing over in America. Was it IndyCar? Something like that. But wow. Issues for someone. I don't know whether it was issues for Valtteri Bottas saying, you've got away from Leclerc, go forward now. Ferrari are back, question mark. I think one of the Ferraris is back, and that's Charles Leclerc. Carlos Sainz sitting further back, I think. For Carlos Sainz, there's always going to be a worry there. There is always going to be a worry for Sainz when he got this big move to Ferrari, that he was going to be the second driver. Obviously, there's no first driver apparently, but the thing is, if Leclerc gets a good finish this race, I think it'll prove to Ferrari and also Carlos Sainz that this car does have the power. By the way, Sergio Perez gets past Vettel, Tsunoda gets past George Russell. And sometimes a bit late, but we're back, we are. And it's just great to see. It really is. We're seeing Pierre Gasly, yeah, this is where it goes. Just clips the back of Daniel Ricciardo and his front wing goes. So that's why Pierre Gasly is right at the back of the track. We're seeing Carlos Sainz here. This was on the inside of an Aston Martin. Oh, a collision between. I think that's him and Lance Stroll. It allows Stroll to keep ahead of him. It is exactly what Chris said. It's still early to judge everyone this season, to be honest. 100%. But I think it gives you an indication of sort of the drivers in terms of... Also, I'm not judging Nikita Mazepin and Schumacher just because it's their opening race season. In a proper F1 race, it's going to take some time to get used to. But, you know what I mean? It gives you a feeling. We could see a McLaren podium, 100%. I think Norris and Ricciardo there, it's that Bottas Leclerc, I think, is the one way you've got to. Then as if then both them drivers are going at each other, and you look, Norris is only a second behind Charles Leclerc, maybe a little bit more. He's not far behind. The same with Ricciardo to his teammate Lando Norris. So there isn't a big gap between all the drivers. So there's enough space and time, as that is Lando Norris on Charles Leclerc, trying to get him on the outside. Won't get on the outside, and we'll just hold behind him and wait. He will have DRS though, and DRS is activated for Lando Norris. On the straight, zooms, doesn't get past him. Charles Leclerc covers the inside, forcing Lando Norris wide. But Lando Norris will stick with him. Norris trying to go on the inside, can't stick it. And will just stick onto the back of Charles Leclerc. I mean, well done, glad of sticking. I mean, Leclerc possibly forcing off Norris there, I think. Yeah, Norris in team radio saying he's forced me off. I can see that there. Leclerc not giving Norris any space. Forcing wide. Does really well Norris with the DRS. Leclerc covers the inside well. And then as they're going around that bend, Leclerc just doesn't give him any room. But it's a great battle. It's a battle for the future. Norris versus Leclerc. 100%. 100% indeed. Fairness, I think all the teams this year have got a good driver lineup. I mean, Merc is the same as last year, we understand. Red Bull, I think it's probably got better, to be honest. I think, and not to, I really like Alex Albon, but it's Sergio Perez. And Verstappen and Perez is really that competition. No, Perez isn't really there now. I mean, he's got up to 13th after starting from the pit lane. But he's zooming through all of them. And then you've got the Ferrari, Leclerc and Sainz, younger lineup, but Sainz is quite experienced as Lando Norris does get past Charles Leclerc, and Lance Stroll gets past Fernando Alonso, which is probably a dream for a lot of these younger drivers on the track to overtake Fernando Alonso. Charles Leclerc, can he get past Lando Norris? He can. Yuki Tsunoda gets past Sebastian Vettel. But well done, Sergio Perez, zooming through the track. Same with Yuki Tsunoda, he's battling with Vettel here. And the McLaren lineup is incredible. I think you've got that the rookie, the youth of Lando Norris. I think it's his third season. It's not really even rookie. You've got Lando Norris there and Daniel Ricciardo. He clearly saw something with McLaren last year to leave Renault, to leave Alpine. I think the Drive to Survive really highlights how that Cyril felt betrayed, but they came together after and sort of reconciled. Also, we've got Alpine. Again, I think a low-key lineup. Alonso and Ocon. Ocon has done stuff. He can do stuff. I mean, in this race, he's sat in 12th, not doing many things, but can do little bits. And then Aston Martin, Stroll and Vettel, experienced youth. Stroll has shown that he's capable of podiuming races and qualifying in pole. He's shown that he's capable of that. And I think the final one, AlphaTauri, Gasly and Yuki Tsunoda, great partnership. Technically, Latifi finished 11th in his first, exactly, technically. I think I do feel sorry for the Williams, because I think I think that Russell obviously is the more talented, but I think like they really are probably the best side in terms of their consistency in the effort is always there. It's just not rewarded with the car. I do think they could be the Alfa Romeos. They could be maybe the 12th, 11th side, the 13th and 14th position sides. But instead they just drops all the way back. I think Haas this year will be that 20th and 19th. But Russell and Latifi just a struggle. But it's such a shame because I think they're both talented drivers. And we all know Leclerc is very aggressive. Charles Leclerc is a great driver. Yeah, all good landers on paper. How far is Hamilton ahead from Verstappen? Well, Verstappen is ahead. Oh, Hamilton from Verstappen, sorry. He's 2 seconds nearer. And it could be Raikkonen last season, in my opinion, but I don't know. He does it for a hobby. I kind of like if he just does it just for ages. Like, he gets to 50 years old and he's still chugging along. In fact, how old's Kimi? He's not. He's also. He must be in his 40s. How many years do you think he can? 9 more years of Kimi? I could see it. Tsunoda will be in a Red Bull car within the next 3 seasons. Really? Do you think, Member? It's going to be Verstappen, obviously. Red Bull will keep Verstappen for as long as they can. They'll give him the world. I think it will be Yuki, unfortunately, because I think Gasly does deserve it, but there's part of me that I feel like that second Red Bull seat is just cursed when Verstappen's in it. They obviously want the youngest world champion, and so they're going to keep Max Verstappen there, but like he can't. He doesn't compete against the Mercs. He can't compete against the Mercs, which I'm not going to say it's unfortunate because that's the race, and I'm not going to think it. By the way, it's great. Jack Aitken's tweet was Jack Aitken was great. Suddenly feeling a lot better about the 60 laps I managed to insecure before my spin. Well, Nikita Mazepin has spun out. And, yeah, it is, not thingy, but it's one of them ones, innit? There's so much surrounding Nikita Mazepin. And then for him to spin out on his first race of the season is a very, calm. Poetic justice, I think we'll say. Plus, you know, started racing cars 3 years after Vettel won his last World, which is mental. Which is absolutely mental. How old is Yuki? Is he 20? Yuki Tsunoda. There you are. Yeah, he's 20. And how old's Max? Also, I know Max came in, he's 23. Just saying. But they still won that, as Fernando Alonso has pitted. There. Who's dropped all the way back. Don't know why he's pitting. He's the only one who's pitted. Early stop, though, from him. Perez could be the driver that if he keeps up. I mean, remember the last time that Sergio Perez dropped down? Which, remember, he won the race. So, I mean, there's a chance. There's 100% a chance. Perez could be driver of the day, like you said. 11th as it stands. That's what he's got. He's got the capabilities to just run through the track. And will just find himself. Just every 5 laps, every 10 laps, you'll just see, oh, and there's Ferrari getting ready. And you'll just see, oh, Sergio Perez. He's just got past Raikkonen. Oh, he's got past Tsunoda. Tsunoda is fearless coming, which is why I watch him in F22. He's great. He's really good. If you're Red Bull, and let's say next year, Max just hasn't challenged with no Hamilton, he still can't do it. Do you go, Yuki, come. Number 1 driver. You could be the number 1 driver in our team. They still want, I know I feel like that's the one thing, Cristiano. He also wants to do it with Max, I understand. But, it's mental, isn't it? He was 9 months older than Alonso, Raikkonen, Debbie, and now he's racing them. It's just mental to think. As it's Lando Norris, he's going to be the first of the big boys to pack. Same with Charles Leclerc. He's going to pay. Perez is more consistent, unfortunately. I like Alex Albon, but yeah. I think it really shows that drive, Sergio. As that mediums do, come on. And then Norris. Has Norris left? There we go, Norris leaves. Oh, and that's just a little bit of a early release or a late release there from Aston Martin. But a lot of changes here now. Alonso just comes and sits behind Charles Leclerc. He only came in a lap early. Good pit stop from the Alpine side. Obviously formerly known as Renault. So Perez pitted. Norris, Leclerc, Alonso and Gasly all pitted. Obviously Gasly was forced. But Norris, Leclerc and Alonso, and I think Stroll, all the big pitters there. But obviously Daniel Ricciardo now sitting in 4th. He's behind Bottas. Then it's Hamilton. Then it's Verstappen. Be interesting to see what goes on now, because we're still getting a battle up front. And Hamilton is catching. Hamilton is catching. I mean, team engineer just saying it won't be long for either you close up to him or you're coming in, but I'm guessing it's before you catch up to him. As there is a Merc coming in, it will be Lewis Hamilton. 2nd place in this race as it stands. Good pit stop from the Mercedes. Great pit stop from the Mercs. And he'll come out there. He's gone out on the hards there. As Ricciardo pits. Sainz doesn't pit yet. Good pit stop from McLaren there as well. As Zach Brown watches on. Just comes out ahead of that Alfa Romeo of... That would be Kimi Raikkonen. Norris, though, gets ahead of Nicholas Latifi, who finds himself in 9th there. And Ricciardo comes out ahead of Lance Stroll and just behind Fernando Alonso, but on them fresher tyres. As basically Merc are telling Hamilton to push. Hamilton retires. Verstappen partners Russell at Merc. Ooh. Tsunoda and Gasly at Red Bull. Albon and Deruvala at AlphaTauri. And Latifi and Nissan at Williams. Tell you what. That's a shout. I tell you what, I'd love to see Jack Aitken instead of Roy Nissan, but I know Nissan is also their test driver. So yeah. Tell you what. So is this next year, Bemba, I'm guessing for? Because if not, that is a great shout. That's a really good shout. I could see it. That Verstappen to Merc. Rubbing it in Christian Horner's face. It'd be nice to say, wow. Hamilton is quicker. He's a lot quicker than Hamilton now. He's a lot quicker. We see Sergio Perez up into 5th. Interesting to see here now. Red Bull is staying out. Red Bull is staying out. Look at them. Hulkenberg be looking for a seat. I think there's a lot of people who'll be looking for a seat. I think Albon, Hulkenberg. I think, as Ben will say, I think a lot of the F2 lads, Rowan brings. What's his descent, Rowan? Because I know that he brings in money. If you're Williams, right, and you lose Russell, having Latifi and Nissany to really develop your car, he's 26. He's the son of a former racing driver, but I know he's got good backing. Israeli, innit? Well, Peter'd love him. Yeah, Nissany brings him exactly. But yeah, it'd be nice. As I think, is that America currently playing as it stands now? But Max Verstappen has stayed out, which is big. It is big. Interesting to see him stay out. And what did Sergio Perez, by the way? Up into 5th. Obviously, he's going to be a little bit behind everyone because he didn't pit. But Verstappen did stay out, which is very strange. Verstappen complaining about the wind this time. But Hamilton's catching in here. He is catching. As Carlos Sainz will pit now. Perez will get ahead of him. And Yuki Tsunoda and a lot of others will get ahead. Can it be a good pit stop for Carlos Sainz here? So we're sitting in 4th as he's done now. He's dropped all the way down to 5th. As Yuki Tsunoda also does pit. Good pit stop from Ferrari. Not a bad pit stop yet today. Being relatively, obviously, don't forget to like and subscribe, by the way. And turn that notification on. We've got so much more stuff. Josh will be having the semi-finals and the final of the UCL tournament. That'll be tomorrow. Basic question, should there be more teams in... Whoa, God. I'd love to see more teams. I'd love to see as many drivers as we can on the track. But at the end of the day, it's the most prestigious sort of motorsport, innit? If you open... Maybe if there was another 2 teams, make it a 12 team, then 4 seats can get filled up, and probably, I think it'd allow rookies to come into the sport a lot more. You know what I mean? Guangzhou as well from Renault. Ocon. No, it depends. Alonso. How long is Alonso's contract? Alonso contract is going to come up with Xabi Alonso. I can guarantee you. There it is. Yep. Here we go. So it's a 2-year deal. That's his salary. I don't care for the salary. And that's a great piss up by Mercedes as Valtteri Bottas gets a great piss up. Hamilton will go ahead of him. Hamilton is so much quicker. Obviously, Verstappen is still yet to pit. Perez comes out ahead of Bottas. But Norris is behind Bottas now. But yeah, so if it's a 2-year contract with an option for a 3rd, this will be his 1st year. Oh, that is a... Yeah. That's a shout, that. I don't know. We're thinking Esteban Ocon, but... Alonso brings something. I mean, Ocon, he's still young. He's only 25. Like, you've still got many years with Ocon. I forgot how young Lance Stroll is. He's only 22. He's a year older than me, which is just mental to think. I feel like it's quite unfair. Mercedes could lose championship with Russell and Max on the same team, both extremely fast and aggressive/risky moves. That's the thing. I feel like that'd be a bad pan. I don't know. It's a great shout, but that's the thing. They've done really well at managing the relationship between Hamilton and Bottas. It's interesting, but Alpine needs a sister team. That's what, I think maybe if you got a 12 team championship, that's a slow pit stop from Red Bull on that right for Max Verstappen, and Hamilton will go past Max Verstappen. Hamilton now went out in front as we expect. Is he on loan? Porsche's in. I saw Porsche and who else were it? There's one more. I could be at the top of my head. I know when it Porsche replacing like Williams. Do you know when Claire Williams reported leaving and stuff and they were looking up to sell, but eventually all got resolved and they kept the Williams name. I'd be open to a thing because then you could have Alonso, like these older drivers could stay in the sport and sort of train these rookies that come. Stoffel Van Dorn is another one. I think Nick De Vries has done really well in Formula E. That's the thing, I just don't think there's enough spaces, and no offence, but when Kimi Räikkönen's here, I mean, where is Kimi? Kimi now is in 12th, which is good, but it's like, he's been in motorsport for 20 years, and it's just like, I'd love to see someone new come in there. Who was the Ferrari young drivers? Ferrari F1 young drivers. Here we go. Driver Academy, there it is. Who is it? It's Callum Millot. It'll be Robert Schwartzman, won't it? It'll be Robert Schwartzman. Marcus Armstrong's in, obviously, he's just got up to F2 though. Mick. Arthur, the other Leclerc, Arthur Leclerc. Maybe? I'm trying to think, mate. I'm just looking to see their form. You look at some Ferrari's former drivers though. Enzo Fittipaldi. Giuliano Alesi, Charles Leclerc, Guangzhou, Lance Stroll, Sergio Perez, Jules Bianchi. They've had a couple, but yeah, I think that seat's destined for that Alpha seat. I don't know who it goes to. I do feel sorry for Stoffel because when you're the backup for Merck rarely have any driver issues and stuff, apart from last year, but. Stoffel didn't even get the seat. He went to George Russell, and then Jack Aitken came for Williams. It's just like it's when they cut to him sitting next to Toto, and it's just like, who is Stoffel? He just has to sit and watch this Merc car tear through the pack when he's not going to have a chance. But I mean, a lot of people agree that Callum Millot should be that seat instead of Kimi Räikkönen. Better no pit yet. Who hasn't pit? Vettel. Vettel has not pitted yet. You actually are right. Ron, is there another Schumacher called David Schumacher? I know there's another Schumacher, brother. There's multiple Schumacher. Yeah, David Schumacher. Is he the cousin? Would it be cousin? Yeah, cousin. Yeah, cousin. It's Ralph's kid, innit? I thought so. But yeah, Vettel hasn't pitted yet. That's a shout, Chris. I didn't even know. He's on 12. He's gone up 12 positions, but I'm about to say it looks like Stroll's going to get past us. Perez will finally come into pit. And you see where Perez comes out, you know? Might come out in 10th. I would guess for Sergio Perez. No, he's going to come out way ahead. Vettel lets Stroll through. Alonso then gets past Vettel. Vettel probably will be coming in very soon. As it's a Ferrari of, I think that's Carlos Sainz stuck behind him. Perez comes out in 12th, just behind Kimi Räikkönen. As Tsunoda gets past Ocon. Hülkenberg's reserve driver for Merck and Aston Martin this season, apparently. Really? But in Stoffel as well, the Merck reserve driver as well. Mercedes, AMG Petronas F1 team, drivers, I suppose, and it'll come up with all of them. Nope, it's going to, yeah, I knew that. Here we go. You're just going to show Hamilton the thing, yeah? You're not going to show me the rookies. Here we go. Mercedes F1 drivers. Nope, you're just going to show me the two. Reserve drivers, here we go. Who is each team's F1 driver if someone loses a contract? Nope, this is from 2020. Because it had like, Mercedes was Stoffel Van Dorn and Esteban Gutierrez. Obviously, that has all changed. By the way, Ferraris is Giovinazzi or Pascal Wehrlein. Obviously, Formula E driver, but former F1 Sauber driver. Red Bull have got so many. McLaren, Sergei Sorokin, Van Dorn and Ocon as well. Van Dorn and Gutierrez they can use. But so Racing Point have the same day as well. Renault, Hulkenberg, Sirotkin also possibly. And Racing, that's Aston Martin. Kubica is also Alfa Romeo's. As Alonso gets past Sebastian Vettel. Carlos Sainz will get past Sebastian Vettel as well. Former Ferrari driver against current. And now Carlos Sainz on the left of Fernando Alonso. Spaniard versus Spaniard. Carlos Sainz's hero. He came out and said a lot of Sebastian Vettel on the inside of Fernando Alonso. Sebastian Vettel on no tyres has just got past Fernando Alonso. That was a nice little driving in between them all. Merck will win the title without the best car because of the mistakes from Red Bull. Exactly. Look, it happens, unfortunately. Also, the thing is that Hamilton, Perez, Vettel, Alonso, and Raikkonen all could retire. I can see Raikkonen, Alonso, Hamilton, Vettel. I think Sergio might just stay for a couple more. I mean, he's getting on in age, isn't he? Sergio. How old is he? Not Sergio Gomez, Sergio Perez. 31. No, he's still young. He's still young. 31. He opens so many seats. Alonso goes, I doubt Alonso. That's the thing. Maybe another season then possibly. It's all about Red Bull getting really close to Mercedes this season. Stop being on Hamilton's tail. Those whiskers on the Ferrari look stupid. If they do, that's only just clicked in it. I haven't even noticed it this race. But now you've mentioned it, I will notice it all the time now. Cheers, Chris. We are 22 laps in. We've got 44 left. God, this race has got a lot longer than I thought. Jesus. Got another hour and a half. Don't know why. It's gone on for a lot longer than I thought. Oh. As Vettel runs wide there. And then Vettel has got to come in here as Raikkonen and Alonso both pass him. He's the only man who's not pitted in this race. Only man who's not pitted. Obviously, we'll be back, not next week, but the week after with the next F1 Watchalong. I think we're all the way back over in Europe. We are with Italy. It'll be the it's Monza. Is it? They've got stupid names. Just tell me the name of the track. It's the other one. What's it called? It's the you know which one I'm on about. Everyone knows what I'm on about. I can't put the name. Just Imola. There we go. Thank you. My head didn't click. It's Imola. I see Hamilton and Raikkonen retiring at the end of the season. I see Hamilton retiring. That's the thing. It's interesting just to see what happens with Hamilton. Maybe if he doesn't do it, he'll want to stay in and win that final title. But I think he will. As my quality has gone to 140p. Don't know why. I can't control that. Come on. I just don't see Max challenging Lewis this year. I don't know why. There's just something in the back of my head that's telling me that they're not challenging. I will just go get a glass of water quickly because, I've drunk. Thank you, Bembo. That's it. My brain was just blanking out for a second then. I just couldn't think of it. Oh, I can't believe I forgot Imola. I'm about to say this is where I miss all the big racing. As Kimi Raikkonen get past Fernando Alonso with a bit of help from that DRS, we'll get past him though. It's a 2-week break between Bahrain and Imola. Nice. Also, we'll have football. I think next weekend it's that big Bundesliga weekend. Me, KD, and KL all got separate games. I think it's me doing Dortmund, Frankfurt, KD doing Leipzig, Bayern, then KL doing. Who is it? It's Gladbach Hoffenheim? Nope. It's Gladbach someone easy. Where is it? Oh no, it's Augsburg Hoffenheim. But no, there it is. This time it's on. Yeah, it's Gladbach Freiburg. Gladbach Freiburg there. But I say, why would we be doing Augsburg Hoffenheim? It's on at 3 anyway, but as now, who is that? That is Yuki Tsunoda on the back of Sebastian Vettel, who's still yet to pit. I feel it's going to be 2018 and Max will start a challenge, but he will always slip away as this season. I just don't want it to be like what it's been the past recent season. It's just, we get halfway through the season as Yuki Tsunoda breezes past Sebastian Vettel. Well done to Yuki Tsunoda, but yeah, I don't need halfway through the season we go Hamilton's won it, Annie. Bottas ain't challenging, Verstappen ain't challenging. Hamilton has won it by the time we've even raced some like the fun of it. That's one of the thing is like last year and the year before, we got some great drama in terms of like the battling like between Renault, McLaren, Racing Point. We got some great battles there, and then like sneaky podiums last year as well. But it's just not. Don't want it to be boring, and that just worries me. Yeah, exactly. Is there a summer break? Are they doing a summer break this season? I feel like it is just a regular season now. Like, nothing up in the air. That's May, June, July, August. No breaks this year. No major. I don't think there is a major summer break. I'm going off the top of my head, looking at these races. Yep, there is. July, August. I spotted it. I thought it's usual there in it, but I just couldn't see it when I was going through. I wanted to make sure I went wrong. Sergio Perez right in behind Carlos Sainz. I know it's unrelated, but Sporting finally going to win the Portuguese League after 19 years. Finally. They're running away with it, aren't they? If I'm right. If I just look, Liga NOS. Oh, Benfica Braga. Oh, that was the thing. Yeah, we know that. Kieran Watchalong. Yeah, they're 10 points ahead. Imagine. How many games left? 18 teams, 36 games. Take away the 2, 34. 10 more games left of the season. Could be interesting. 10 points is enough, but by the way, what a race from Sergio Perez as it stands. No, it's alright, mate. So I say, because I've been asking for since last year's stream. Yeah, no, it's fine. Okay. I don't mind not trying to talk about anything else. If the AlphaTauri is this quick, they could have really big chance of podium in Imola because it's their testing track. Exactly. The thing is, Gasly hasn't moved up the track. Like, he hasn't moved up the track at all. Which is very strange to me. Because surely they have... I don't know whether it's damage, but surely they have pace. Tell you what we need here. We need a safety car. Who do you think? Like, maybe... No, I don't even say Mick Schumacher because I like him. Gasly? Maybe Gasly just... Because he's in 19th... Gasly just pulls over to the side. Oh, he can't move his car. As Yuki Tsunoda gets past Fernando Alonso there. It's well to get past him. Sitting in 11th this time, Kimi Räikkönen in 10th. Giovinazzi, after I praised him, has dropped down all the way to the bottom. It's also absolutely roasting in my room. I'm going to open the window. Oh, God. It's absolutely roasting in here, though, in fairness. As Yuki Tsunoda just very easily gets past Fernando Alonso. We've got a little battle here for, I think that's 8th, with Perez. As Perez, who did get past Carlos Sainz, now he's hunting down the Aston Martin of Lance Stroll, the Canadian. Canada versus Mexico here. Perez is just sticking to the back of him. Not letting him get away. We know Sergio Perez loves to come back. Even if he finishes in the top 6, top 7 even. What a drive from him. Started in the pit lane. Obviously, former teammates versus former teammates there as well. Completely forgot about that. Kimi and Alonso together right now. Mazepin to return and win. No, we don't want to see him back. No, we do. Bless him. The mental thing is, I always feel sorry for the one person who not like when it's, you know, like how Mazepin did when he spun out, no one near him. If like it's your own fault, you've took yourself out of the race, and yet you're the only one. It's just a bit embarrassing. Mental thing that Kimi and Alonso are literally right together right now. So Yuki's separating them, but who would have thought, if you said that probably 10 years ago, 15 years ago, that Kimi Räikkönen and Fernando Alonso would still be racing together? You'd laugh. You're racing not even together, but racing with each other. You would laugh. Sergio Perez is just hounding. Did get past Lance Stroll, and now he's just pinning away. Gasly finally gets past Mick Schumacher. Well done, Pierre. Well done, Pierre. There's now Verstappen. Big Verstappen quicker on that last lap, a lot quicker, nearly a second quicker. I think that's because Hamilton might have ran wide. He says you can't go any quicker. That red and white at the top car is weird. I think Mazepin shouldn't get seat because I thought others were more deserving of it. Ilot, for example. Mazepin brought money in there because his dad working with him. Unfortunately, Chris, money talks. Money talks. Yeah. Belgium, Netherlands, Italy, Russia, Singapore and Japan all with it. I might not do a watch on the Japan one just because obviously it is very early and I don't want to wake people up. I mean, we'll have a look, but the best thing is about living in Europe and England especially is all the races are at a normal time. Apart from, I mean, where's the Canada one is on at 7 o'clock. The Canada's a late one, that's 7 till 9, but not that late. Singapore is genuinely great time, 1 till 1 o'clock. Australia is probably the worst one, 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. But so there'll probably be no watching of that, which is a shame. As Lewis Hamilton does pit. Hamilton does pit here. It's a 3-stop, this race, looks like. So Hamilton, brand new set of hard tyres. Yeah, I didn't realise how many races. I mean, Mexico's obviously a late one. Brazil is a afternoon one. America's a late one. But, like, Australia and Japan are really the only awful ones because they're 6 and 8. But apart from that, I'm just looking. Because, like, there's obviously times I can't remember the actual times. Italy was obviously a great time. Netherlands will always be a good time. But, yeah. I don't judge Mazepin off track, it's on track. Okay, yeah. And I think it's really how after all the hate and jokes which he deserves, he just goes and actually crashes. It's mental, isn't it? Like Mazepin is just... And then he goes and does it. That is a Lance Stroll who will pit. There we go. Comes out. Will come out in probably 13th, possibly 14th. Depending where everyone else is. And the Williams... We'll get one of the Williams, that's George Russell, will get past him. Not done much this race, George Russell. You normally expect to hear a little bit from him when he's fighting in and around. McLaren has definitely become the better, exactly, 100%. Which is a shame because I like Ferrari, but both cars are good with McLaren. And that's something that I don't think you can say the same for Ferrari. Vettel does get past Latifi. Poor Nicholas. Not far between all these drivers. This is very interesting to see what happens now, though. It's going to be very interesting to see what's going to happen. Because obviously Hamilton's pitted now. He's on the fresh tyres. He's going to be quicker, but will he have enough time to catch up? I think all the drivers are on different strategies, which is really nice. Which is really nice. What Mazepin done off track was stupid, but he only did it once. Does it again, then he's off. I think once is enough. In that name. But that's his off track. That is his off track. think Hamilton's saying he probably could have stayed on them tyres a bit longer, but he was worried about the team worried about the undercut. As Raikkonen and Alonso now have both pitted. I'm just going to scroll at some of these trips. You can never... You can judge the people separately, but it is spin on track as well. For the third time this evening. But Max Verstappen now on the main straight. Schumacher's obviously going to move out the way. Just mental to say. It's obviously gone into turn 1 here. As Valtteri Bottas does come in. The right front. They can't get the right front off. Valtteri Bottas has just had an awful pit stop. What a poor pit stop from Valtteri Bottas there. Kind of have a kind of say back, like 100%. 100% member. Remember a few years ago when we could define top, high midfield, low midfield, and back markers easily? That's the thing. And Lando Norris is up to P3. Not poor Valtteri Bottas, it actually wasn't his fault there. Just a poor pit stop from Valtteri Bottas, who's got Daniel Ricciardo behind him now. That's the thing. You can name your top. I think you can name the top 2 with Merc and Red Bull, but defining that 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and even 7th, even 8th, because I think Alfa Romeo. I think it let us know what how you would rank all the teams on the grid currently. So we've got Mercedes, I think, at number 1, Red Bull number 2, and then I think doesn't need this season. I'm guessing what you meant to say. Yeah, 100%. That's going to really affect. It's going to. But Bottas has just got to go. You've got to work with what happens. But I would go Verstappen team radio though. Just letting know Max the Mercedes both pit. But I think it goes Mercedes, Red Bull, McLaren, Ferrari, Tauri, Aston Martin, Alpine, Alfa Romeo, Williams, Haas. Maybe. I think I'd go for that. Yeah, I'd go for that, I'd say. Well, Benbow said it's probably the perfect response. All I say about Mazepin is that he is in F1. I noticed the video of the track was terrible, but what we can say, what can we do? There's no point in complaining about him. He's there and probably there to stay, exactly. I mean, who would they bring in that brings the money that Mazepin does? Would you agree with the rankings? It's an awkward one. Maybe switch, I don't know. I feel like the Alpine should be higher up, but then I think, well, should they? Maybe Aston Martin have put them too low, but the mental thing, it does feel like there's 2 new teams on the track with Alpine and Aston Martin. It isn't, it's just Renault. They've just changed the colours and the name at all, but it does feel like brand new sides have come into the game. But Sean Toto, will there? Just 2. Both Mercedes drivers have had a pit stop. Lando Norris obviously used Valtteri Bottas's poor pit stop to basically get through the track and get into that third position. The thing is, I just don't know Aston Martin's full power. Seb had the yellows and testing went kind of wrong. Yeah. Then Lance. But then can you judge it off Lance? Lance is a very mix and match driver. I feel like sometimes Lance can really perform and then sometimes he's quite poor. Good pit stop from Ferrari. Quicker than McLaren. So interesting to see what the time would change now. So Tsunoda, Sainz and Perez. And then 3 drivers in between Leclerc and Bottas who haven't pitted. Lando Norris not pitted yet. as well. But Lando Norris out in third right now. As an Alpine comes in, that's Fernando Alonso. I think Alonso car has lost rear brakes. I'm just looking here. Is he retiring? He will be retiring. He's returned to Formula 1. And Fernando Alonso has had to retire from the race. Not what you want to see from Fernando. Not what you want to see. Oh, sorry, I really want to do something. But yeah, not what you want to see from there for the drivers. Especially on his return to Formula 1. But obviously, because he could... Why did he have to drive into the pits? Why did he have to drive into the pits? Inconsiderate. As Lando Norris will come in. Got to be a good pit stop from McLaren. Bit of a slower pit stop. 3.9. A bit of a slower one, but not awful. Not awful from McLaren there. As we're just going to do something. Fill that. Show transform controls. You'll see in a second. But what we might do is, I don't know if this will look awful or what, but we'll live and we learn if it does. We made that straight. Boom. Oh, check me out. Look at that. Boom. Control, copy that. Can that move? Well, this here move. By the way, nothing's happening on track, just... But interesting to see what goes on here. And who else is out? It is Fernando Alonso who started in ninth. No, that looks awful. What I was going to do is I was going to just put a black bar over the guys that have been, who are not in the race anymore. Shame for Alpine. Shame for Fernando Alonso. He was actually driving very well in this race. But poor Fernando Alonso. With all these driver moves, I'm surprised. In fairness, with all these team colour changes as well, I'm surprised that people haven't just got you, 100%. Happened with Hamilton, didn't it? When he drove into the McLaren box. Was it his first season? Was it Hamilton? When someone drove into the wrong box and he had to drive all the way through. But 35 laps in, it eventually does go a lot quicker. But sometimes it feels like these races are dragging on. But this has been a good race. It started off with just on-track drama, yellow flag for a Mazepin spin. Then we had a virtual safety car just for a lot of debris on the track. And then, let's look at current pace on track. Look who's fourth. Antonio Giovinazzi. I told you, don't rule him out. Don't rule him out. But there is 21 laps left. 21 laps left. We've already gone through. Minute. And that's also, my maths was awful before when I said there was 44 laps left. I feel like it was awful maths, but race, come on, let's get a bit of excitement, Like, can give me crash or something. Maybe crash, just pull over to the side. Poor Fernando Alonso. I just, it's a shame. It's 100% a shame. On his return, and Match said if his pace is good, just keep him out. And they've said understood. You know, it is good to see him back, in fairness, Fernando. Obviously retired first lap. But the other Alpine is still out on the track. Esteban Ocon. AlphaTauri, Aston Martin, Alpine, all close to each other, to be honest. They're all similar in pace. They are. They're all very similar in pace. I'm thinking, so there's a 16-second gap to Verstappen, 16 gap to Bottas, and 8 seconds to... I'm trying to think if it's possible for someone to get past Valtteri Bottas. As a Williams in a battle. As Yuki Tsunoda gets past Sebastian Vettel for the second time in this race. As there's a good battle in the middle. This is the Williams and the Alfa Romeo. I think that's George Russell and Kimi Räikkönen. Oh, wheel-to-wheel action from George Russell and Kimi Räikkönen. It's Kimi Räikkönen now on the outside. Russell comes across. Kimi Räikkönen all the way on the outside. Well done to Kimi Räikkönen. Great battle in there between Räikkönen and Russell. That was a really nice drive. Is George Russell still fighting for his first podium? First points? Or did he get it last year? I don't think he did he? He didn't get it last year. Look him. Oh no, he did. Thank God. But if I'm right, he did he get it with Merck? I think he got it with Merck, didn't he? Do we count that? Do we count it? No. It was with Williams. It was with Williams. Right. I thought I was right. I was in my head. I thought it was Williams. Wow. I didn't realise George Russell has just dropped down now by 3. And he is going to go into... I didn't realise how much he dropped down there. Hamilton on the team radio though. Warnings on track limits for Lewis Hamilton. But George Russell will come in for the pits. Interested to see where it comes out. And it comes out now. A really good pit stop by the Williams, by the way. Really good pit stop. It's one thing they're very good at. The Williams guys and girls over in that pit, in that paddock. As Lando Norris is hunting down his former teammate Carlos Sainz 2 seconds faster on that last lap. Lando Norris, can he catch up to Carlos Sainz? They had a great relationship last year. Thought it was a Williams, but in my head I was just, it's got to be Merck. But in the Merck, he just dropped down the ladder due to issues that were out of control. Well, if you look who hasn't pitted, Max Verstappen, Carlos Sainz. I'm going to take that back because Carlos Sainz is currently pitting. As Lando Norris does get past him, and so will his teammate. Sebastian Vettel not pitted yet, so it's just Vettel and Verstappen. The only pit, the two Vs are yet to pit. In and out. Good pit stop from Ferrari, really good pit stop. But if we look at the track here, Norris is 2 seconds behind Sergio Perez. Oh! Kimi Räikkönen and Yuki Tsunoda. What another little battle. Yuki Tsunoda, he will send it. He does not care. And he's right behind Kimi Räikkönen here. On the left. And he'll get past Kimi Räikkönen. Good overtake. Baboon, Lewis being naughty. He can't keep inside the lines. Being a bit of a prick. He's going to get telling off from Toto. Well done, Yuki Tsunoda. But Yuki Tsunoda get past Kimi Räikkönen. Verstappen will be pitting. Max Verstappen will come in here. Just enters the pit lane. You just got to keep out for Hamilton's times now. Or look out for Hamilton. It's Sergio Perez, I'm an idiot. I've got Perez pitted for the first lap, didn't I? He will drop behind Norris. And probably Leclerc. Interesting to see where it comes out though. Will he come out just ahead of the McLaren? I don't think he will. Maybe the Aston Martin. He'll come out just ahead of his former teammate Lance Stroll. Tell you what, Sergio Perez, well done, good sir, well done. Started in the pit lane, up into 7th. But it's Stroll and Perez now battling each other. And it's going to be Stroll on the outside. Can he stick it? Perez covers the inside. As Lance Stroll stays, Perez forces Stroll wide. Stroll still stays with him. Lance Stroll is still Stroll. Great driving from Lance Stroll as Max Verstappen is pitted. But great racing between the Aston Martin and the Red Bull. Good pit stop by Max Verstappen there. Good pit stop though. So Hamilton, 1.9 seconds from that Red Bull. What a pit stop from them. Verstappen, it's a chasing game now. 16 laps left. Can they do it? Oh, this is gonna be a great ending to this race. Verstappen hunting down Max Verstappen. He's on brand new, fresh hard tyres. Lewis Hamilton pitted, I think, 7 laps ago. If I'm right, maybe a lot earlier actually. A lot earlier, I think. But it was a great pace to the 1.9 seconds. Verstappen should build time back. That's Sergio Perez. Is hunting down Lance Stroll on that pit straight. He'll have the DRS, goes onto the right hand side, and will get past Lance Stroll very comfortably. And in the distance, Hamilton goes around the turn, and Max Verstappen's just peering over the corner. And then right behind him, Valtteri Bottas. Not a huge gap. I think if Bottas maybe had fresher tyres, he could catch up there. 21 seconds between Valtteri Bottas and Lando Norris. Mental considering it's just, you know what I mean? It's just that gap. I don't like the gap. I don't like the gap at all. I mean, Gasly will pit as well. So Pierre Gasly sitting in the back of the track. That early front wing damage really took him out of this race. So Red Bull have the car to do it, whereas Gasly just doesn't. But Max Verstappen, fastest sector 3. Will he? Who's that? That's an AlphaTauri. That's that Pierre Gasly. It's a back marker, I think it is. But Sergio Perez, he'll be hunting down the Australian, the Aussie. Daniel Ricciardo just moved to McLaren this season from Renault. Bit of a not controversial move, but I think he had a lot more. I think he had another year in his contract. Just me, Bahrain always wants to have a special ending. Bottas not making a move on Seb. Charles losing power. Russell getting the puncture. There's something. I felt so sorry for Charles. I felt so sorry for him when that happened. He did everything right. He really did. And then he just... didn't fully dive off a hiff, but he didn't win. Whereas he could have. And then Russell getting the puncture is just so unfortunate. It's where there was like... Oh, no, was that Silverstone? But it was where there was... Who else were it? Bottas, it was like a Merc problem, weren't it? Where both the Mercs just slowly dropped off. I think that allowed us, Sergio to win the race, didn't it? Or get in and around there. Last year was so fun. I remember doing the opening race, and just so many DNFs and drops. It made the race so entertaining. Just because the teams didn't have a testing really. They had practice, they had quali, and then when the race went, 9 DNFs. 9. When are we ever going to get that again? I genuinely don't think we will. I don't think we will. Verstappen though, 6.1 seconds behind Lewis Hamilton. If Red Bull win this, what a way to start off your season. Really take it to Lewis Hamilton and that Mercedes. When Hamilton spins. No, because I don't want Verstappen to win. You predicted Hamilton, Verstappen, Bottas right for the race. I don't know if I'm right. Going to be tight. Charles has had some of the best audio moments. I Am Stupid is one of the best ones. Oh no, Charles! Oh, Charles! It's also his engineer's always great. It's just Charles. It's just I'm stupid. I am stupid. You know, Charles. You know. I just wanted to give him a hug. I was like, you're not stupid, Charles. Wow, Lewis Hamilton, new F1 record. 5,112 laps led. Race laps left. Wow. Domination on another level. As we see Toto Wolff there. Where's Stoffel? Stoffel, look on. This could be you. It does. That's the thing. The thing is, he admits with Snake. He also admits to stuff where I don't think it was his fault. It's where last year at the... it was Imola. No, it was Monza. Where brakes went. And he just went straight into the wall. And when it first happened, he went, sorry guys. I'm like, Charles, it wasn't your fault. You can't control the brakes. I'm like, you don't need to apologise. He's one of them drivers you just feel, I think, he's one of them like, do you know, if he got a podium robbed from him, or he lost it on the last lap, I feel so sorry for him. He's that likeable. There's a reason he's one of the most loved drivers on the grid. 13 laps left of this race. Most probably 5 seconds now. Verstappen's cut the gap down by a second. This is a battle. This is the battle we want to see. We saw it in qualifying. We might get it here. Leclerc's world champion in making future is too good not to be. Imagine if Hamilton and Verstappen hit each other. Oh, and Bottas come through and wins in the most maybe shit out. Josh just comes in. Hi, hello, hi. Is this football? It's not football, mate. It's what it says. The F1 Bahrain Grand Prix. Unfortunately, I mean, I'm trying to think if there's any football links off the top of my head here. Verstappen, Bottas, no. Ricardo, Perez, Enzo Perez, the former Valencia Argentinian centre mid. There you go. That's the football link I can think of. Tate Russell, the right back for Western Sydney Wanderers. He's on the grid. And that's it. It's not football, Josh. It's not, mate. Sergio Perez, though. Hunting down Daniel Ricciardo. He has got DRS. I don't think he'll get him on this thing. I don't think he'll get him on this lap. He would. Never mind, he does get him. Past Daniel Ricciardo. The DRS coming in to the benefit of the Mexican, who's now up into 6th. And I hope it happens because Bottas is a good driver, not good enough at the moment to challenge Hamilton. Again, I think he's a great second driver for his side. Now football only uses one ball. That's it. I'm just looking here. The gap is 4.6 seconds. 0.4 seconds on one lap for Max Verstappen. Yellow flag is set to 1. 2 people have got tangled up here. Esteban Ocon and Sebastian Vettel. Giovinazzi gets to 12th. Got Gio. I'm interested to see what happened there. Both drivers just spinning out. I think maybe they're coming together. Oh, imagine. We could have had a safety car. Inconsiderate. Inconsiderate. See in the episode, Ocon gets DRS. Oh. Vettel locks up and goes straight into the back of Ocon. Seb. Mate. God, I do feel, again, he's another driver that I think you can't dislike on the grid. Correct, I love football. I'm glad that you love football, Josh. I'm glad it. I bloody thought it was Mercedes there for a second. Same. I thought it was Bottas and someone. I thought it was a back marker. But it's the colours. Why don't you just go for a pink Aston Martin? I know it's got no links to it. I know it hasn't, but... Seb, man. All Seb's fault, that. Probably ruins Ocon's race. But Hamilton now. 3.9 seconds. 10 laps left. I think Verstappen will catch up. It'd be close. It'd be very close. As we see here, Carlos Sainz right behind the Canadian Lance Stroll. He's closed that gap very well there. Let's take this instant between Ocon and Vettel. Just Photoshop it. Fans with the cars. Oh boy, here comes Spinala. It was Seb. I feel so sorry for him. It had to be Seb, as you said earlier, Sam. It had to be Vettel. For God's sake, Seb. So Mazepin and Alonso both out of this race. Mick Schumacher sat in last with Nicholas Latifi, Pierre Gasly, George Russell, Esteban Ocon, Sebastian Vettel, and then an Alfa Romeo double of Antonio Giovinazzi and Kimi Räikkönen. I think they'll be quite proud of themselves today, the Alfa Romeos, that Yuki Tsunoda could be getting his maiden points in this race. And then Carlos Sainz, Lance Stroll, Daniel Ricciardo, Sergio Perez, Charles Leclerc, Lando Norris, Valtteri Bottas in a great battle for first right now. Max Verstappen versus Hamilton. As Carlos Sainz can't make it stick against Stroll. It goes on the inside. And it gets past him. Makes it stick. Good overtake from Carlos Sainz. I like that they're actually showing the battles now. I mean, we're on the straight now. The Alpine will just move out of the way for the Mercedes. Can Lewis Hamilton hold on over Max Verstappen? 9 laps left. We're seeing an overhead view of that Carlos Sainz overtake. Just gets DRS. Stroll doesn't give up. He still sticks with him, but he has to peel away. Good racing from both drivers there. But Carlos Sainz in 8th now in the Ferrari. I think if Carlos Sainz can somehow get a top 6 here, I think that'd be a productive race from first race for the thingy. Maybe top 7. I think 8th maybe is alright, especially Charles Leclerc in 5th. I think Max is going to make sure. I think Hamilton's got it. I think he'll hold on, Hamilton. I think he really will. I mean, ADBS predicted 5 laps, which would give us 4 laps of Max leading and a possible Hamilton. It's going to be that main straight where we'll see Verstappen go for him. So there's so many back markers though. It's currently an Alpine. I think that's of Esteban Ocon. It will be Esteban Ocon. Is the only Alpine left in the race. So is it Alpine or Alpine? I think it's Alpine in it. Obviously in England we pronounce Alpine as Alpine, but under investigation, I'm guessing that's going to be Vettel. Yeah, Vettel and Ocon. Oh, the commentators have an absolute mayhem, but it doesn't matter because Max on the straight here, Max Verstappen. There's an overtake there. That's Ocon and Vettel, the two men who had a big collision, and they got Vettel and Ocon will have to move out of the way for Verstappen. This could benefit Lewis Hamilton if them two don't move away quick enough. But here we go. Lando Norris sitting in 4th. Leclerc in 5th. Perez is it. We're getting a great mid-table battle, aren't we? We're getting a great mid-table battle between the McLarens and the Ferraris. AlphaTauri not there this year. Obviously, Gasly having a poor start. Tsunoda sitting into the same with the Aston Martins. It's sort of one driver's there, one driver's not. But well done. Norris and Ricciardo holding off the Ferraris as for now. For now as it stands, obviously, it's Ricciardo versus Sainz. But 2.7 seconds here between Hamilton and Verstappen. 8 laps left. All to play for. It is all to play for right now. So he needs to put a shift on Verstappen here. He really needs to put a shift on. It's time for Max Verstappen to go. We know obviously Lewis has got hammer time. Max needs to trigger that. They're on the straight. Max doesn't have DRS. Obviously, Max looked like he could have been out this race with a throttle issue, but it was resolved. The Verstappen goes past turn 1 now. Hamilton went just 2 seconds earlier. It's such a close battle here. I mean, at the back, nothing going on here. Interesting to see is Sergio Perez is a lot quicker than Charles Leclerc. Got both Red Bulls now trying to hunt down thing. By the way, what recovery drive for Sergio Perez? Hamilton team radio though. Just letting know Verstappen. And Hamilton just says, leave me alone. I've got it on my own. Which I don't blame him. 2.3 seconds. 2.2 seconds. Ben Max. Oh, if I'm Max, I'm saying give me everything you can right now. Give me everything you can. That's the thing. It's not even like it's like Hamilton might get it. It's 2 seconds. As we see, is that James Vowles there? His foot just twitching. Or is it maybe Bono actually? Oh, it is James Vowles, yeah. Max Verstappen though, he's hunting him down. That time is going quicker. That time is going a lot quicker. 6 seconds left. Verstappen could see Hamilton in his sights. Lando Norris sitting in fourth. Well done to him. Interesting to see who this driver of the day. Max Verstappen currently does have the fastest lap as well. Well done Sergio Perez, by the way. Practically up 14. Obviously dropping down to the pit lane start. This Red Bull team engineer just went, we'll leave you to it, let's know if you hear. Perez currently is voted driver of the day as it stands. Which I don't blame. The recovery drive from Sergio Perez. He seemingly loves, I mean, they're saying he's only gone up 5 in this race, which technically he has. But most importantly, Sergio Perez has come from the pit lane to possibly 6th. Pierre Gasly not being his day. He lost that front wing, down 11 places. Alfa Romeo having a really consistent performance is what you want to see from that side, who really dipped in form last year, but really firing right now. Charles Leclerc sitting in 5th. Probably not going to catch Lando Norris. Norris definitely not catching Bottas. Also, it is the first race of the season. Teams will have reliability issues. We may see a safety car if a car blows up. Not blows up. Gives out. We are on the pit straight. 1.4 seconds. Hamilton doesn't have DRS, but there are Alfa Romeos ahead of them. One more lap before Verstappen gets DRS. 5 more laps left in the race. It'll be on 4 laps left where he would get DRS. Yuki Tsunoda sitting 10th his rookie year. His rookie day, his maiden race. Could get his maiden points. Obviously beating his teammates as well, but that's not the battle that matters right now. It is Hamilton versus Max Verstappen. Mercedes versus Red Bull is that battle we've been wanting this entire sort of testing and qualifying, and we're finally getting it. It's a shame this is up between Hamilton and Bottas, the 2 best cars taken on the grid. It doesn't matter. It's Max Verstappen. Hamilton's walked up and he's gone wide here. And Verstappen's going to use that now. That gap is nearly at a second. It is nearly at a second. Hamilton locked up. He ran wide. It is a second. Here we go exactly, Chris. Here we go exactly. 0.8 seconds now. Verstappen, with 5 laps left, he will get DRS. Can he catch up Hamilton? Go around the corner now. We're on the pit straight. Max Verstappen will have DRS. As Mick Schumacher takes over Nicholas Latifi. But Max Verstappen, though, he's got DRS. He won't get him yet. Both drivers hitting a bump. He's got 4 laps left to do it. This really could go down to the last lap. Verstappen is hunting. Like a great white shark looking for its next victim. That is Max Verstappen right now. This is what you wanted to see. 0.6 seconds the gap. And Verstappen is not giving up here. There's an Alfa Romeo ahead of him. This could slow them down possibly. It depends how much they catch up. I think it'll be Antonio Giovinazzi. I've run out of water. It doesn't matter. I'm not leaving. Verstappen is just going to stay close. This could be a last lap thing. He's got DRS. He's going to get that gap even closer, 0.4 seconds. As Sergio Perez does get past Charles Leclerc that is in 5th now. Sergio Perez again up 15 technically, if not up 6, which is still a great performance from the new Red Bull man. And Leclerc gets past Sergio Perez. Got a great battle for 5th and 6th as it stands as well, but this is the battle that only matters. Perez gets past Leclerc. I think it's one thing we complained about last year, the year before, where we weren't showing, but we're on the pit straight. Hamilton has got no rears. It doesn't matter. Max Verstappen has got DRS. He's on the back of Lewis Hamilton. Max Verstappen, which way does he go? Hamilton covers the left. Good defender from Hamilton. Max Verstappen on the outside. And he'll wait. He'll bide his time. Well done to Lewis Hamilton. Great defender, but he's complaining about tyres. As Max Verstappen, now, as Hamilton covers to the right, Verstappen on the left, Max Verstappen. He'll go on the inside. Lewis Hamilton on the inside, Hamilton on the outside. And Verstappen runs wide. Whoa. And Max Verstappen has got ahead. We do still have the AWS graphics. We still have it. This could change. I mean, Max Verstappen goes wide and then Verstappen immediately rejoins the track. Hamilton, I think... Verstappen just had a tyre on the curb. He's given the position back to Lewis Hamilton now. This is drama all around here. Max Verstappen ran wide. He's been told to give the position back. And Verstappen just doesn't have grip now. He's got to keep within a second, Max Verstappen. As Pierre Gasly takes over Sebastian Vettel. He's got to keep that big gap now. As Yuki Tsunoda's got past Lance Stroll as well. Gone from bad to worse. Both Alphas overtaking. Both Tauris overtaking and Aston Martin. 3 laps left though. And Verstappen's back on the hunt. He had to give away that position. Verstappen, he was looking. And he'll go again. Whoever wins, I'm loving 2021 already. Me too, Sam. Me too indeed. 0.5 seconds. Vettel gets past Pierre Gasly, who's actually gone into the pits. So is Nicholas Latifi. I doubt they're going to go for fastest lap. I mean, fair play, maybe sneak it. I don't know. But Max Verstappen, he's got 2 laps left. He will have DRS. That's the most important. He's 0.6 seconds behind. Perez probably going to get driver of the day here, but Max Verstappen, he ran wide, he rejoined the track. He had to give up the position to Lewis Hamilton. 0.8 second. Bottas on the team radio. Oh, wow. I mean, Valtteri Bottas race engineer saying, they're fighting at the front. They may be positioned to pick up at the end. I doubt it very much. It was a very strange radio call. But Max Verstappen 0.6 seconds behind. Mick Schumacher now going ahead of Pierre Gasly. Verstappen. He's losing time. He's losing the DRS. He's lost the gap. He won't have DRS. He'll have slipstream though. But he won't get DRS. This could be race over. All Verstappen will be hoping now is for a Lewis Hamilton mistake. Hamilton made a mistake early on when he locked upon that corner. Bottas pits. Valtteri Bottas is going to pit. They're going to go for the fastest lap for Valtteri Bottas. That's a lovely camera shot. Valtteri Bottas will go for the fastest lap, but most importantly, Max Verstappen has got the second back. He's back within a second. Verstappen, he's losing something, whatever it is, he's not catching Hamilton. Max Verstappen has got DRS. He's got one last shot, one opportunity to make it count. You might never get this moment again, Max Verstappen. 0.7 seconds in between both these drivers. This is drama on another level. Verstappen is losing. He's losing time. It's 0.040 seconds. Will he get DRS? He does get DRS. And Max Verstappen on the hunt for Lewis Hamilton on the final lap of the race. This is going to be close. There's one more DRS zone for Max Verstappen. Well, there's two technically with the final straight, but he won't have enough time on there, so it's all about the final DRS zone. So he's got DRS here. It closes the time a little bit. Drive to Survive Season 4 content already. Exactly, Sam, exactly. As Christian Horner is just looking on Max Verstappen. I don't think he's getting him here. But Verstappen's not giving up. It's close. It's very close. As Verstappen is pushing. He's going to give the car all he can. But Max Verstappen, he's got DRS. He's activated DRS. But it feels like Hamilton is pulling away. I don't think it's enough. I don't think it's enough. One mistake from Hamilton is all Verstappen needs. Toto has got his hands on his head. I don't have any water. Wow. But Lewis Hamilton, he's hold on. But Hamilton around the final corner. Max Verstappen is behind him. But Lewis Hamilton pulls to the right. Sir Lewis Hamilton is first and only gets past Stroll. But Lewis Hamilton, what an ending to that race. Oh my God. What an ending. Hamilton in first. Max Verstappen in second. Bottas might go for fastest lap here. The fireworks go off. I just want to see if Bottas gets the fastest lap now. And I'll run through the positions as Pierre Gasly did after retiring that race. I didn't even notice. Didn't even know. And Valtteri Bottas steals the fastest lap. He steals the fastest lap. We've seen it here though. He goes around the outside of Hamilton, Verstappen does. And he runs wide and then he rejoins it just in front of Hamilton. But Lewis Hamilton, wow. What a nail-biting ending. And for Max, the track limits. It's what Hamilton could have got a black and white flag for, but it's come back to bite Max Verstappen in the arse. Valtteri Bottas gets the fastest lap. But wow, what an ending to that race. It was probably 14 laps of Max Verstappen hunting him down. Lewis Hamilton holds on as Lewis Hamilton does. My God, what a race. Yuki Tsunoda does get points as well. I'll try and find the standings for you. F1. Schedule. Bahrain. Race. Here we go. So it finishes Lewis Hamilton in first, Max Verstappen in second, Valtteri Bottas in third, Lando Norris in fourth, Sergio Perez in fifth, Charles Leclerc in sixth, Daniel Ricciardo in seventh, Carlos Sainz in eighth, Yuki Tsunoda in his maiden race in ninth, Lance Stroll in 10th rounds out the points, and then out the points, Kimi Räikkönen in 11th, Antonio Giovinazzi in 12th, Esteban Ocon 13th, George Russell in 14th, Sebastian Vettel 15th, Mick Schumacher 16th, and then the retirees, Pierre Gasly, Nicholas Latifi, Fernando Alonso, and Nikita Mazepin. I mean, at the start of the race, it was drama. It was Mazepin spinning, and then we had a VSC. Then it was quite boring. And then Verstappen turned on the switch, started hunting down Lewis Hamilton. But what a way to start the season. If Verstappen there is just saying it's sad, what happened. But at the end of the day, you move with what you've been given at the end of the day. But thank you to everyone that joined me today. What a way to start off the 2021 season. My God. What a start, though. Who would have thought that this is how we'd be opening up with great drama? I'm back on the 18th of April, so in a couple of weeks, it'll be after the Mania stuff, which is nice. For the Italian, Imola Grand Prix. Thank you very much, everyone that's coming today. Don't forget to join Josh tomorrow for the UCL Sim Tournament semi-finals and the finals. Put a lot of effort to this. Even if your team's not in there, go support. Fine stream. Good stream. See you next race. My God. Well done, Lewis Hamilton. Bye-bye.